As I showed you in the previous session, all traditional auto loans in the US charge compound interest. This means that in the beginning, you're often paying a lot more in interest than the principal, while at the same time, your car is losing value at a faster rate than you can keep up with. Because your loan is underwater for the first and often second years of your loan, this means that you can't really sell the car without realizing a massive loss and ending up with no balance left to finance a replacement vehicle. At the end of the third year, the loan is probably above water, but if you try to trade or sell, you probably see very little in terms of down payment towards a new vehicle. This is just the beginning of the depreciation trap that traditional loans will force you into. At some point, the situation in life will change, and you may need to replace the vehicle. Either because now you need a different type of vehicle, or because your vehicle is showing excessive maintenance costs, or has become inoperable due to a loss. If this situation takes place during the term of your loan, the only available means to swap out the vehicle is through a dealership. That is because while you have a loan on the vehicle, you also have a lien on the title, and the title is held by the financing company. If you were to sell this vehicle on the private market, the buyer would have to agree to paying off the vehicle with the financing company and pay you the delta between the payoff amount and the sale price, and wait for the title transfer to happen. It is a bureaucratic process that leaves room for mistakes, and none of the parties would like to be on the wrong side of the law when attempting to make this transaction happen. The only practical option available is a trade-in or sell the vehicle to a dealer who will manage the transaction and take possession of your vehicle immediately, and take responsibility for all the paperwork associated with the transfer. The problem, however, is that dealers expect to make a profit margin of at least $6,000 on each vehicle they buy or receive as a trade-in. So your vehicle that now sells on the market for $15,000 will receive a $9,000 offer on it. This means that for practical purposes, you're going to be underwater on your loan for much longer than the first 2 years. Here's how you're going to fare with the 2022 Camry financed for 60 months. First, let's recall that the original value of the car was $26,640. But in order to drive it out of the lot, you had to pay taxes, and the final price was actually $28,562. You're now paying $579 every month, with a large amount of that monthly due actually going to pay interest fees. We'll assume that for whatever reason in life, you had to either upgrade or sell the vehicle. With that in mind, let's assume that your financial outcome is going to look like in each year of the loan. In the first year, you'd have paid a little north of $2,000 in interest. The balance in your loan is almost $24,000, but the vehicle depreciated 15%, and the dealer would want to make $6,000 off your back for this transaction. You effectively lost in valuation and taxes alone about $12,000 in 1 year. But that is not showing the whole picture yet. On top of the depreciation, the profit for the dealer, and the taxes, you also paid interest. So in reality, you lost $14,000 in 1 year. Can you feel now how the game is rigged against your success? The dealer wouldn't be able to buy your car at this point unless you could come up with another $7,000 to get rid of it. If you're trading the car, then they'll try to put this $7,000 toward your new loan on the new vehicle, which will just move this loss forward to compound on a new loan and make things even worse for you. If you came up with the $7,000 to get rid of the car, you would have lost a total of $14,000 in just 1 year. And at the end of the second year, the situation improves slightly, but you're still severely underwater and need to come up with $5,000 to get rid of the car with the help of a dealer that will be netting at least $6,000 out of this transaction. At this point, you'd have lost more than $23,000 in just 3 years on a vehicle that retails for $26,000. That is real money that came out of your pocket. At the end of the fourth year, you're finally above water, and the dealer would give you back A whopping $1,200 for the vehicle, you ended up paying almost $28,000 at this point. And finally, at the end of the 5th year, when you're finally done paying off the loan, the dealer will gladly take it from your hands and give you back $5,800 for it. At that point, you had paid a total of $34,700, and all you're getting back to purchase a replacement vehicle is $5,800. That is the sad reality of the depreciation trap. Essentially, everyone that have an auto loan is in this situation in one way or another. And this cycle creates generations of misery and debt on top of excessive profit margins on a rigged game that a regular individual will never win. That is why we created this course. That is why we wanted to educate you on how the game is played and how you can position yourself to get the upper hand. This is going to be your chance to really change this game on your favor. That is why we created this course. That is why we wanted to educate you on how the game is played and how you can position yourself to get the upper hand. This is going to be your chance to really change this trend in your life. We'll show you how to get the car you want for the price you can afford while paying decent rates that will allow you to actually upgrade your car next time you need to replace it.